What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 best early round weapons. Now, in this video, we're going to leave out the L-Star. So just know that if you play arenas, you know that the L-Star is used a lot. To be honest, if you're really just looking for, like an easy win or just to, make sure that you guys do good, I guess I would say to use an L-Star. But everyone uses it, and usually in the early rounds, if you don't find enemies using an L-Star, then I don't think you should use an L-Star because, keep it fair. But if you want to use L-Star, then use that gun. That gun's really good. Just know that it was my first gun for the best guns in my early video or last video. So just know that. But with number 5 as one of the best guns for the early rounds. Now when I talk early rounds, I'm talking about within the first 2 rounds, right? And at number 5, I have the Flatline. The reason why I have the Flatline at number 5 because this gun is a good gun. It's the best assault rifle that you could get off the first round. The reason is because the R301 you can't get the R301. It costs 600 and the Flatline costs 550. Now just know that with the Flatline, when you get it in the first round, you can't get anything else, right? You can't get maybe an ability or a syringe or a shield, whatever, right? You can't get anything extra. But just know that this gun is really good with the damage that it does. And it's a good gun kind of at range, but you don't have any sights for it. Me personally, I like the iron sights on the Flatline, so that's the reason why I do like this gun, especially for it to be in the top 5 for early rounds. Now at number 4, I have my favorite submachine gun, and that is the Volt. Now the Volt, especially in Season 9 when arenas first came out, this gun was the gun that I was using mainly, right? It was mainly this gun that I was using from the early rounds to mid rounds and to late round. This Volt is really good from distance, short range. The hip fire is really good. It kind of reminds me of like a R301 and an R9 mixed together, right? It does hard-hitting damage, especially for a submachine gun. Now the Prowler, I have it over the Prowler because I feel like in range it's better. So it's more versatile when it comes to using the Volt compared to the Prowler. But if you're looking more for just short range weapons, then yeah, I guess I would say the Prowler. But me personally, I prefer the Volt, so that's why I have the Volt at number 4. It's a really good gun. If you don't want to use that L-Star in the early rounds, I would suggest using the Volt. The Volt costs 550 materials, so you won't be able to get anything else in the early rounds, or at least in the first round. So just know that. But the Volt is an all-around good weapon to have, and I would highly suggest it. Now at number 3, I have the 30-30 repeater. Now the reason why I have the 30-30 repeater is because for early rounds that we're talking about here, right? In the first round, the 30-30 is the only gun that can have a 2x bruiser on it. So just know that, and that has a big advantage compared to other guns, right? If you're looking for a sniper or a marksman weapon, or even like an assault rifle, right? If you're not using that Flatline for long or for short range, and you want to use it for like medium to long range, I would suggest using the 30-30 because, like I said, it's the only gun that can have a bruiser on it. So it's the only gun that has a good or decent sight for mid to long range. Now, this 30-30 is a hard-hitting weapon. You hit the enemies 2 to 3 times. These guys have to use all their resources, right? Because in the first round, you only have 2 shield cells, 2 syringes. That's all the game gives you, unless if you buy some. But majority of the times, players won't be able to buy extra shield or extra syringes because they won't have enough because of how much their gun costs. So just try to hit the enemies 2 times, right? Or 3 times. Right? Just try to do as much damage as you can with this gun, and that will make the enemies have to go to the supply bins, right? So just know that this gun is mainly a support type of gun. You're supporting your teammates that are aggressive or pushing up, and you're mainly in the back And just know that you're using this gun for medium to long range and really not for short range, because this gun is not good in short range. I struggle with it all the time in short range, but just know that. Now at number 2 for early round weapons for first and second round, I have the Mozambique here. Now the reason I have the Mozambique at number 2 on this list is because you can upgrade it to a blue Mozambique, and this will allow you to have 275 materials left. Now the blue Mozambique is actually no joke. This gun's actually decent, pretty good. I have clips up with it, and you guys can see that, you know, this gun actually does damage. They did buff it this season, so just know that this gun is pretty decent. Now when you have 275 materials left, that means you can get extra resources, right? You can get things like maybe extra shield cells, you can get a battery, you could grab grenades, you could get so much, right? And all you're doing is you're hitting your enemies from short to medium range, and you might hit them for like 15 damage or 20 damage, but at the end of the day, it's gonna force the enemies to pop a shield cell. So just know that, you know, this gun isn't the best at medium to long range, but in short range you can kill enemies even if they have a regular gun. And also with that, you have more resources than them, so you guys can have extra grenades, cells, whatever it is. Just know that it's the opposite of the 30-30, as in where the 30-30 you're staying in range and you're trying to burn the enemy's shields. But with the Mozam, you have extra shields, but you have a short range weapon instead of a long range weapon. And like I said, this is very good. In my opinion, this Mozam, actually, I've been playing with different types of characters, and I've been using Fuse. And with the Mozam, you could grab some nades, and you could grab an extra of his ability, and this allows you to toss up a whole bunch of grenades and just burn the enemy's shields just by nades, to be honest with you. And then you can come clean it up with this Mozam. Like I said, check, or if you haven't used the Mozam, at least the blue Mozam, in the early rounds, I definitely suggest trying it. This gun's actually pretty good, and it's kind of fun, especially when you kill enemies, because they won't expect it, and you know, you'll make them feel bad because they got killed by a Mozam. But just remember, I would prefer the blue Mozam in the first round, because you have 275 materials left. But if you do go purple, this gun is even better with a purple bolt. But just know that I think you only have around 175 materials left after that. Now at number 1, like I said in the beginning, I don't have the L-Star in this video. If everyone's number 1 is probably the L-Star, right? From early to mid to late rounds. Everyone's favorite gun is the L-Star in arenas. It gets annoying, so that's the reason why I took it out. But for number 1 for the early round weapons, I would say the best gun is the Wingman. The reason I say that is because out of the top 5 weapons that I have, it's a mixture of all these weapons. The Wingman does hard hitting damage, 45 damage to the body, and 90 damage to the head. Or I think it's like 70 because of the helmet. But it does a lot of damage. It's good for short range because you could strafe, right? You could strafe quick because it's a pistol. So it's like the Mozam where you could strafe, because those guns are both pistols. But it does hard hitting damage at 45. And this gun is meant to like burn enemy shields, right? Now this gun is a skilled weapon, so you have to be good with it. And if you're good with this gun, you're definitely going to give the enemies a problem, because you're going to burn their resource. I mean, think about it. You hit 2 body shots to the enemy, that's 90 damage. You start off with 175 health, because you start off with the blue shield. These guys are going to have to pop their 2 shield cells and pop syringe. So just know that you took all their shields just off 2 body shots. So this gun is very good. It's something that you have to get used to, but I highly recommend using this gun. So I have the Wingman at number 1. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have a different top 5, remember these guns are mainly off the first 2 rounds, especially the first round. right? That's the target that I'm looking for. You know, maybe if you're struggling in the early rounds, you know, I would highly recommend any of these 5 guns. You know, whatever fits your playstyle. Like if you're a long range person, or like if you're a long range, then I would suggest using that 30-30. If you're a mid range type of person, or not even a mid range, if you're like a short range, you want to get into the enemies, I would suggest using guns like the Volt, the Mozam if you want extra resources, or using the Wingman, right? But just know that there's different options that I have on here for early round weapons, and winning the early rounds, especially winning the first round, helps out a lot, because in the second round it usually gives you the ability to get some of your guys's like abilities, right? Like I'm pretty sure like you could get, you know, Seer's ultimate, Bloodhound's ultimate, who's other, like jump pads, zip lines, right? It gives you this ability. You could get a gold backpack, right? It gives you the ability in the second round to get these abilities and probably go up 2-0 by just winning the first round. And winning the first round is big, especially with having these two or these weapons that I highly suggested. So let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.